Myron Brilliant, Senior Vice President for International Affairs at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and in fact, it's the world's biggest business lobby group representing more than 3 million companies. Good to have you on the program and seeing you here in Hong Kong. Now, you're here to attend the Hong Kong-U.S., I guess, trade conference.
Yeah, for over 25 years, there have been a dialogue between Hong Kong business leaders and U.S. business leaders. Actually started by Tung Chi-Hwa
all the way
and
back. Okay.
Paul Volcker. And so we're here to talk about U.S.-China relations, talk about Hong Kong's role and all of that.
Well, we're here to talk about Korea relations first off. How about that, Myron? What about this FTA deal? I mean, how is this going to expand trade between Korea and the U.S.? How much are we talking about?
Well, it's going to expand trade probably about $12 billion. It's going to create a couple 100,000 jobs in the United States.
Right.
Very significant for the United States. We've stepped back into the game.
Right.
We've shown some leadership by getting these 3 free trade agreements done. It took a long time, 6 years in the case of Korea. It's the right thing. I was the president of the U.S.-Korea Business Council at the time we launched these negotiations. So we're very much strongly supportive.
Well, do you think the U.S. is leading the game when it comes to currency bills going through U.S. Senates?
Well, you know, the U.S.-China relationship is the most important commercial relationship in the world. $450 billion of trade. We've seen tremendous growth in our economic relationship. Clearly, with 9% unemployment in our country and fiscal challenges, there are those in the Congress and around the country that question our deficit with China. I think China needs to appreciate its currency. It has over 3% this year, but more needs to be done on that front.
But we heard from the American Chamber of Commerce recently, Ted Dean, who's the head of AmCham in China, saying that most of his constituents think this is a big mistake for U.S. lawmakers.
Well, we oppose it. We're publicly in opposition of the currency legislation. We were very engaged with the Senate. We know the Senate passed it. We have hopes that the Speaker, John Boehner, will oppose it, make sure that it never sees the light of day and doesn't get to the floor. And there's a lot of pressure on the Speaker because clearly there is anxiety in our country, and some is directed towards China. And in the run-up to the election next year, the presidential election, we're going to see increasing tensions in this relationship.
Okay, well, let's also talk about Libya because, interestingly enough, since you represent 3 million of these company groups, do they have any interest in Libya? Does it impact them now that Colonel Qaddafi is gone?
Well, first of all, what a dramatic day in Libya. I really think the first thought is what's happening with those 30,000 people who are injured in Libya and need medical care. I hope that the United States and the world community can help respond to that crisis. Clearly, there's going to be a transitional government here that needs to be solidified. But American business wants to be in Libya. We want to contribute to the development of that economy. We want to help the people there. We want to bring technology, management expertise. So we're committed. We have a history of engaging in Libya and throughout the region, and we're going to continue to find ways to do that.
All right, Myron, good luck on that conference that you're attending here in Hong Kong. Good to see you. Myron Brilliant, U.S. Chamber of Commerce Senior Vice President for International Affairs.